The day continued peacefully in Lily's small house. While Lily was focused on studying at her desk with the serious face of a model student, her dad was busy preparing lunch. Suddenly, he realized the spice jar was empty at the most critical moment. Seeing that his daughter had finished her work, he gently asked for a favor. Lily, can you help me go to the supermarket to buy some MSG?
Okay.
Without a moment's hesitation, Lily happily nodded. Her dad carefully put a small red and green knitted bag around her neck, containing some change and careful instructions.
Đây ha, để em để đây cho Ly nhé. Đi cẩn thận nha.
To Lily, this wasn't just a chore. It was a proud mission to help her beloved dad. To start her journey, Lily ran to the yard to find Sam, her best friend, the pig, who was always ready to go.
Hi. Ahem.
With great skill, Lily hopped onto Sam's back, holding on tight. The image of the little monkey, in her straw hat and crossbody bag, sitting proudly on a pink pig walking down the Green Village Road, brought a smile to everyone who saw them.
Ahem.
Stepping into the supermarket, Lily wasn't shy at all. She walked confidently through the aisles like a real homemaker.
Oh.
She went straight to the snack and candy section, her round eyes sparkling at the sight of her favorite treats.
Huh?
Tìm mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé. Tìm mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé. Chưa?
For a moment, she paused in front of the tempting snacks, but then, as if remembering her dad's words, she resolutely turned away to find the spice aisle. After a bit of searching, she skillfully picked out exactly the bag of the MMSG her dad needed. At the checkout counter, she opened her knitted bag, handed the money to the cashier, and waited politely for her change. Mission accomplished, Lily hurried home. She climbed onto the kitchen counter and handed the spice bag to her dad, with eyes full of joy. Receiving a warm pat on the head and praise from her dad, Lily felt incredibly happy, knowing she had helped him finish the meal on time.
Này là gia vị rồi. Chỉ có thêm tí gia vị nó mới ngon được ha. Đấy. chờ ba tí, nó xong rồi. Hôm nay ba bỏ trong cái này thôi ha.
Wow.
Rồi, thôi đi ra ăn ha. Ba chuẩn bị đồ ăn cho lợn này nhé. Đồ ăn cho ỉn ha. Đồ ăn thì ba chuẩn bị sẵn rồi đấy. Bây giờ mình mang ra để ỉn ăn ha. Chờ ba tí nha. Rồi, đi đây nè. Cơm ha, cơm ha. Rồi, đi ngồi đây. Chờ ba tí nha. Thế rồi. Đây này, hôm nay có cà rốt này, có đậu, có khoai lang nhá. Đây ăn cà rốt trước ha. Hôm nay mình ăn cà rốt trước nha.
Lunch that day seemed even more delicious than usual. Lily sat properly in her wooden chair, enjoying pieces of carrots, beans, and purple sweet potatoes with her fork.
Tuyệt vời. Đấy, đúng rồi, đi dạo quá. Con ăn đi. Con ăn coi. Đây. Đó. Bây giờ bạn sẽ cân đậu Lily nhé. Để bạn ăn đậu đi. Đúng rồi. Anh biết là nó ngon hay không chứ. Đây. Đây. Thấy chưa, ngon nào. Với lại những khác nha. Đây, thì ba này không nè. Thấy không? Đây, còn đi đây. Cà rốt hả? Có vẻ như mà Ly cũng thích ăn đậu mọi người ạ. Mình lấy cà rốt cho Ly nhá. Đây. Tìm một cà rốt ha. Tôi chỉ cái này cái Ly nhá. Đây. Đó. Wow. Đúng rồi. Giỏi quá, thêm cà rốt ha. Đây. Ba anh mệt ha. Thêm cà rốt cho con nhá. Mạnh lên con, đúng độ mạnh đấy. Yeah. Ý giời ơi. Ý chà, ý chà. Ý da. Đây, để mình chỉnh lại cái này là gì? Đây, đây con. Đấy, đây con ha. Cắm mạnh lên không? Cắm mạnh dưới nào? Cắm mạnh dưới chứ. Đây cần phải cắm mạnh này. Đúng rồi. Thì đốt ha. Mình ăn từng món một nhỉ. Đúng rồi. Chờ ba tí đi, phải là lấy cái này cho Ly nhé. Này cái hợp với Ly hơn này. Đây. Là con phục vụ ly nhé. Đây. Đấy, hợp rồi đúng không? Đây. Hay quá. Đây nè. Đúng rồi, ui hợp quá rồi, hợp quá rồi. Rồi, hôm nay bà chuyển món khoai nhá. Đây. Được không? Đó được nhỉ. Đó được. Đấy. Đó ngon luôn đúng không Ly? Ủa ngon quá, ngon quá. Đây, bánh to luôn. Ngon nhỉ. Này, cho con lớn cảm nhận nó sướng này. Đó. Còn lại ban nhé, còn lại ban ha. Ngon quá. Thôi xong rồi hả? Xong chưa? Rồi, đi ha. Để ba dọn mình cho heo ăn nhé. Con ngồi để chờ đi. Bây giờ mình mang cái này cho heo ăn nhé.
The story ends with a touching scene. After a full meal, Lily and her dad brought food out to the yard for Sam.
Đâu heo đâu? Bắt ba cho heo thế nào? Lấy heo giúp Ly hả?
She sat lightly on Sam's back, her tiny hand gently stroking her friend, while Sam peacefully enjoyed his meal on the green grass.
Để chơi nha. Gì để chơi ha.
It was a beautiful moment of love and sharing, a reminder that happiness often comes from the smallest, most sincere deeds. It was
Dad.
one day, the little house felt unusually quiet because her father had to go out. For Lily, this was a golden opportunity to carry out a grand plan. She was going to cook a surprise for him. As soon as her father was out of sight, Lily put on her straw hat, slung a small bag over her shoulder, and stepped out with the confidence of a professional housewife. A little while later, she returned home triumphant, her basket filled with small cakes she had bought. Like an expert, she quickly lined them up inside the oven. While waiting for the delicious smell to fill the air, Lily wandered into the living room and turned on the TV. The colorful shows quickly captured her mind, making her completely forget the treasure in the oven. It wasn't until a pungent, burnt smell wafted through the house that Lily snapped out of it and rushed into the kitchen. But alas, the once golden cakes were now charred black and bitter. She tried a tiny bite but couldn't swallow it.
Uh-oh.
Sadly tossing them all into the trash with a heavy heart. However, Lily wasn't one to give up easily. I have to try again. I want to surprise Dad, she thought. Once again, she set off.
Còn hấp tốn không cơ? Rồi, ui kêu con, dám ăn còn nó sống.
And this time, her secret weapon was a bag of snow white flour. Lily began her new battle with total enthusiasm. At first, she tried putting the ingredients into a bowl properly. But her playful nature soon turned the cooking session into a flower festival.
Uh-oh.
Lily kneaded, tossed, and played with the dough as if it were the most fun toy in the world. Soon, the kitchen looked like it had been hit by a snowstorm. White powder was scattered across the table, covering the floor and dusted all over Lily's messy face and cute clothes. She was lost in the moment, a pure joy of a child wanting to give her best for the person she loved.
Uh-oh.
The door opened and her father returned. He didn't find the cozy feast Lily had imagined. Instead, he was met with the lingering smell of smoke and the aftermath of a flower war. He gasped in shock and began looking for the culprit.
Lily! Lily làm bánh gì trời? Lily! Lily ơi! Lily! Lily! Lily ơi! Đâu rồi? Lily! 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 Lily!
Behind the curtain, he found Lily standing perfectly still, her round eyes looking at him with deep guilt.
Sao? Con làm gì ở trên kia vậy hả? Đi làm gì ở trên kia? Sao làm bánh trên kia vậy? Hả?
She was frozen in place, her tiny hands covered in white powder. Seeing her face caked in white and her pitiful expression, the father's anger instantly vanished, replaced by a mix of amusement and tenderness.
Đâu vào tay xem nào? Xem nào? Này thấy bột này thấy chưa? Nè. Thấy không? Con làm bánh là cái gì? Đây này cho mọi người xem này. Này mọi người xem này. Lily ở nhà quậy này. Đi làm tí mà Lily ở nhà quậy này, thấy chưa? Không được làm thế nhé. Không sao nhé. Cái mũi ba nào. Cái túi ba nào. Chân bẩn hả? Ui sao đâu, ba xem chân nào. Ui trời ơi. Chân đây hả? Ôi trời ơi. Chân gì mà toàn bột thế này. Ghê quá. Nào thôi bế nào, qua đây. Trời ơi. Nào đưa cái túi đi cho ba nào. Cái túi đây. Ui trời. Thôi mình đi làm bánh nhá. Rửa sạch cái chân này đi làm bánh nhá. Này. Ghê quá. Nào đi làm bánh nhá. Nha.
He gently picked Lily up to give her a bath. As the cool water washed away the flour, he felt the sweetness of her innocent love.
Này bây giờ mình dọn này nhé. Tôi cầm lên ba dọn nào. Nha.
To help her learn about responsibility, her father guided her through the cleanup.
Lấy bột mới nha.
She worked just as seriously as she had when she started, but this time it was to take care of her home. When everything was back in its place and the kitchen was tidy again, he rewarded her with a carton of fresh milk.
Đây, cẩn thận đấy. Đúng rồi, ui Ly giỏi quá. Ly giỏi quá nhỉ.
Drink slowly, honey, don't choke, he whispered. His warm words made Lily feel more at peace than ever.
Trời, uống gì dữ vậy Ly? Uống gì dữ vậy? Để bà lấy khăn nhé. Cũng chậm thôi. Đúng rồi, chậm thôi. Để thế này. Đúng mình đi mà, ai uống con đâu nhá. Chậm thôi nhá. Đúng rồi. Đấy, giờ hết còn thấy không? Nè. Cho vào xem này. Hết chưa? Hết chưa? Chu cha. Giỏi ha. Wow. Đấy, cũng hết rồi nhá, hết bỏ kia kìa. Hết rồi bỏ kia coi. Bỏ vô.
Lily obediently threw the milk carton away.
Đấy, bỏ vô đi. Đó, đúng rồi. Này, lau đi con. Đây. Lau đi, đúng rồi, lau đi. Lau ghế kìa.
And used a paper towel to carefully wipe every spot on the table and chairs.
Đây này. Đúng rồi, lau đi, lau sạch đi con. Đấy. Lau sạch cái sữa đổ đi nhá. Đấy. Đây này. Đúng rồi. Bỏ thùng rác đi con.
When everything was back in its place and the kitchen was tidy again, Lily curled up on her soft yellow pillow with a belly full of milk and a heart lightened after a day of accidents.
No rồi hả?
Early morning sunlight filtered through the window where little Lily sat perfectly still. Usually full of mischief, Lily was now the picture of focus as a student preparing for a life-changing exam. Her eyes were glued to the paper and her tiny hands moved with a care.
Dad.
The quiet atmosphere was only broken by the sound of her father's footsteps.
Hay đi chơi không? Chơi không? Chơi không? Đi đào khoai không? Đi đào khoai về làm khoai chiên nhé.
With a warm, gentle voice, he asked if she wanted to go to the garden to harvest sweet potatoes. Instantly, Lily's eyes lit up with excitement. Without needing a second word, she jumped up to get her work gear ready. A cute straw hat perched on her head.
Giỏi quá, ra đây là chỉnh nè. Đây nè. Đây. Sai ơi. Đây đúng rồi, giỏi lắm rồi, lấy xe nào.
Tidy clothes and her trusty little blue wagon in tow. Seeing this mini farmer scampering around with her tools brought a smile to everyone's face.
Qua đây, Linh. Mang đây, Linh. Kéo qua đây. Đây, mình đào ở đây thử nhá. Được không? Ở đây thử nhá.
Out in the garden, Lily didn't mind the dirt at all.
Lily, qua lấy cái xẻng kia đi rồi. Kìa, xẻng kìa. Đúng rồi, mang đây. Nó đào đi. Xúc đi, xúc đây này. Đây. Đây qua đây Linh, xúc đi. Đây qua đây. Này, xúc đi. Đây. Đây.
Under her father's patient guidance, she gripped her small blue shovel and took her first scoops into the soft brown earth.
Cái nào đi, xúc đi. Xúc đi.
Labor is glory, and for Lily, it was also a game of discovery.
Mình đào dưới sâu rồi có khoai nhé Linh nhá. Thấy chưa? Cầm lên này. Đứng lên. Cầm đứng lên, đúng rồi.
After some focused digging, a soft O escaped her lips as the first deep purple sweet potatoes appeared. Lily's face beamed with pride.
Xe kìa. Này, cầm lên này. Đấy, bỏ xe đi. Bỏ xe đi con.
The little monkey girl, who usually loved to play, was now a hard worker. She carefully picked up each potato and tucked them into her wagon as if they were precious treasures.
kia đi nè.
Wow, you won.
Đúng rồi. Cầm đấy. Con cầm lấy bỏ lên xe đi. Cầm bỏ lên xe đi. Qua đây bới tiếp đi. Qua đây ngồi, qua đây này. Đúng rồi, bới đi. Giỏi quá, đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi, bỏ lên xe đi. Bỏ lên xe. Giỏi quá.
Before long, the blue basket was overflowing with plump potatoes, promising a delicious meal.
Thôi bà chồng lại nhé. Đi về Ly ơi, đi. Thôi được rồi Ly ơi, đi về thôi. Này, mũ này. Rồi kéo xe đi về thôi con. Đi, về làm
Once the harvest was over, Lily eagerly pulled her heavy wagon back
đây,
home.
đi này, đi này. Này con. Nó bỏ cái này vào đổ đi. Để lấy bột nhé.
In the small kitchen, she transformed into a mini assistant.
Ahem. Okay.
Sao ở đây vào hả? Sao tới đây nào? Đây ngồi con. Đây này. Đây ngồi đây nhé. Qua đây rửa này, qua đây rửa quái vào này.
She helped her father wash away every bit of dirt under the cool running water.
Rồi ngồi đi con. Tôi ngồi đây. Cái mũ các bạn, cái mũ này. Đi bỏ này vào nồi đi. Này cầm lên này, bỏ đây này. Đó,
Lily
đây,
showed
đây này,
how
đây
thoughtful
nữa.
she was by carefully placing each pre-cut slice of potato into the pot and filling it with water herself. Every move she made was filled with a sense of responsibility and love for her family.
Đây. Bỏ nồi đi con, bỏ nồi đi. Con bỏ nồi đi con. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa con. Đây nữa. Rồi, đây nữa đi. Đúng rồi, bỏ nồi đi con. Đây nữa đi. Bỏ nồi đi con. Rồi, đây nữa đi. Bỏ nồi đi con. Đây. Bỏ nồi đi. Rồi. Rồi đấy ha. Này nước này. Đúng rồi, đi nước đổ kia đi. Đổ nồi đi con. Đổ xuống. Đất. Đấy. Rồi, em lấy nồi này, em cầm đây. Đó, thấy không? Đây lắm rồi. Đó, thấy không? Thêm nước nha, ít quá. Đó, nè, cầm bê đi, đổ cái đi. Đây này, đổ đây này, đây, đây. Đứng lên, đứng lên. Đó, đổ xuống đây này. Rồi. Rồi qua đây nè. Qua đây dọn dẹp này nhé. Được không? Dọn dẹp này xíu là bà cắt cho Ly ăn nhé. Đây, đến đây con. Đây bị lau này lấy khoai nhé. Đây, cả đây cho ba này. Đúng rồi.
Finally, the moment they had been waiting for arrived. As the pot opened, a cloud of steam carried the sweet, gentle aroma of cooked potatoes throughout the room.
Nhất, đúng không? Rồi. Đấy, thử.
Nhắm
Nóng lắm, chưa? Nóng lắm rồi chưa? Này. Rồi chờ tí cho nó nguội nhá.
Her father tenderly cut the potatoes into bite-sized pieces for her.
Nóng đấy, chờ tí nhé. Cắt cái này nhanh nguội nha. Đúng rồi. Từ từ Ly, từ từ thôi.
Lily took a golden piece and enjoyed it with a look of pure bliss. That sweetness didn't just come from the potatoes, it came from their hard work and the warm bond they shared all morning.
Đúng rồi. Ngon quá.
Dressed in a stylish lotus pink outfit, Lily enjoyed a peaceful afternoon on a cozy yellow beanbag chair. However, the more she watched, the more her little stomach protested, urged by hunger. Lily jumped off the chair and pattered over to the familiar yellow fridge. Her heart was full of hope, but as the door opened, her face fell. It was empty. Just as she was about to give up, she looked up and spotted a blue Pepsi can raining high atop the fridge. Not giving up, her natural wit kicked in. She struggled to drag the wooden table over to the fridge, turning it into a sturdy platform. Lily climbed onto the table and her hand finally touched the cold metal of the can. But in her excitement, the can slipped from her grasp and hit the floor. Thud! Fizz! The soda bubbled over, spilling across the shiny floor. Lily was terrified. She clutched her head, mumbling in fear. Her mind raced with images of her dad scolding her for being mischievous. Without a moment's delay, she ran as fast as her legs could carry her to grab an orange towel. She worked hard, bending over to wipe the spill again and again until the floor was bone dry. To make her plan perfect, she carefully pushed the table back to its original spot and hid the towel as if nothing had ever happened. Just as she sat back down on the beanbag, pretending to be absorbed in the TV, the sound of her dad's car pulled into the gate. Lily's heart pounded, but she maintained a perfectly innocent face. Dad walked in with a bag of delicious yogurt. He didn't notice a single trace of the Pepsi incident, thanks to his daughter's master cleaning skills. Seeing his well-behaved daughter, Dad tenderly set up a seat and put a cute little paper bib on her. The moment the yogurt container was opened, the aroma made Lily forget all her recent fears.
Lấy khăn nhé, lấy khăn đã. Đây. Đây là cái này Lily nhá. Đó. Được không? Sao các bạn ướt thế nhỉ? Sao các bạn ướt Lily? Rồi, các bạn. Ngon không?
She ate heartily, so fast that yogurt got all over her face.
Ngon không Lily? Để vào xúc cho Lily nào. Đây, để vào xúc cho. Giờ con bỏ tay xuống.
Her dad laughed gently as he wiped her mouth and took turns feeding her spoonfuls.
Ngon quá ha. Lâu rồi được ăn sữa chua nhỉ? Ui chà, ngon quá ha. Úi giời. Đấy, chậm thôi, ăn chậm thôi chứ. Nhanh thế. Ăn chậm thôi, đúng rồi đấy, ăn chậm thôi, đúng rồi. Đấy, mày có cái giấy lau là không nó bay hết vào người rồi. Đi giỏi quá. Để mình sẽ mua cái ly thìa nhỏ cho Ly ăn nhé. Thìa to quá.
The video ended with a warm scene where Lily happily enjoyed the best treat after a stormy afternoon.
Ngon ha. Rồi, cầm đây, đây. Đưa vào xúc cho Ly nè. Đây, đưa vào xúc cho. Đây, bạn vào đây, xúc cho. Đó, thấy chưa? Đó. 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 Đúng rồi, chờ tí. Rồi.
The summer noon sun was scorching, making the air stifling. Lily felt the heat surrounding her, down to every strand of hair. Unable to stand it any longer, she came up with the idea of going for a swim to cool down. Lily quickly swapped her loungewear for a cute
later.
light blue polka dot bikini and perched her goggles on her head. She smiled with satisfaction, not forgetting to pack a basket of juicy oranges from the fridge for a mini picnic. To keep her trip a secret, Lily quietly picked up the basket and tiptoed out of the house as stealthily as possible. When she reached the lake shore, the sight took her breath away. The water's surface shimmered like silver under the sun. It was so beautiful that Lily let out a gasp of delight. Without a second's hesitation, she dove into the water. The instant coolness enveloped her skin, chasing away the sweltering heat. Lily splashed around happily, enjoying the freedom of the crystal clear water. After swimming to her heart's content, she climbed onto the shore and found a small wooden hut nestled by the water's edge. Sitting in the quiet space, Lily slowly enjoyed the sweet, chilled oranges she had brought. As she ate, she peacefully gazed at the tranquil scenery, feeling her soul refreshed after a vibrant summer afternoon. One morning, Lily woke up to find her dad's familiar
Dad.
figure nowhere in sight. She frantically ran through the house, calling out, "Dad!" in vain. Her dad was away, leaving the entire house wrapped in a heavy silence. After searching for a while, her little stomach began to growl. Lily pattered toward the refrigerator, hoping to find a snack, but to her disappointment, it was completely empty.
Dad.
Instead of sitting around feeling sad, Lily's eyes suddenly lit up with an idea. She would go find food herself. She prepared for her journey meticulously by putting on her straw hat,
Okay.
running out to the yard. She grabbed her cart with the familiar green basket and began her adventure. Under the vast sky, Lily's tiny silhouette persistently pulled the cart along a long, winding concrete road, passing through lush green fields. Her perseverance paid off when she discovered a bush laden with fruit, ripe golden globes that seemed to beckon her. With skillful hands, Lily picked the first pomelos and oranges, carefully arranging them in her basket. However, a challenge arose when she spotted the juiciest fruits hanging high out of reach. Despite the difficulty, with unwavering determination and effort, Lily managed to harvest them.
Two.
She worked industriously until the basket on her cart was overflowing with fragrant fruit.
Four. Okay.
With her heavy trophy in tow, Lily excitedly began the journey back home. As soon as she arrived, Lily quickly placed the freshly picked oranges on the wooden table and carefully stored the rest in the fridge. After a long, exhausting, yet exciting trip, she treated herself to an orange. She peeled it herself and savored each sweet, juicy segment with pure delight. The most adorable part was that after finishing her snack, Lily didn't leave a mess behind. She mindfully picked up every piece of orange peel and put them in the trash. Still not satisfied, she grabbed a paper towel and meticulously wiped the wooden table until it shone. When the last scrap of paper was tossed away, the house was as neat and tidy as before. Adventure.
Cái này đây coi. Đấy, để bà làm đi ra lấy bột nhá, lấy đồ nghề nhá. Này. Bột lên ly nhá. Đây.
Dad started by measuring out bowls of pure white flour, the core ingredient that would give the pizza its shape. Standing on her tiptoes, Lily watched every movement with curiosity.
Làm bánh lớn như Lily nhá. Được rồi nhỉ. Đây. Đặt đi. Đúng rồi đấy. Lên nha. Ngon không Linh? Được không? Được không? Được không? Được không? Rồi, mình để đây nhé.
After kneading the dough with rhythmic hands, Dad explained that the dough needed to sleep for about 5 minutes to rest. Only then would the crust be soft and delicious. While waiting for the dough, the two began preparing the soul of the pizza. Dad introduced Lily to some colorful friends: the deep red of tomatoes, the vibrant orange of citrus, and chunks of creamy cheese.
Thôi không. Rồi. Đây, gặp đây. Chú ơi đi. Chỗ, đi lấy cái rổ đi. Lấy cái rổ kia. Mang vào đây. Đây đi. Thật lắm. Để rửa đấy nha. Đây thôi nhỉ. Để cái liều quả đi ăn nhé. Đây, cầm cái này vào. Ngon không? Giòn thế nhỉ? Cho Liên giòn này. Cái này lát nữa cắt nhé. Này, bỏ kia con.
Under Dad's gentle guidance, thin, even slices of tomato began to appear.
Đây nữa này. Đó. Đây nữa này.
With her tiny hands, Lily carefully arranged each slice on a plate, just like she was organizing her favorite toys.
Rồi, bỏ cái kia đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Thích quá hả? Thích nhỉ? Sướng nhỉ? Nhảy. Con bỏ này vào kia đi. Đúng rồi, bỏ xuống. Bỏ này xuống nữa con. Đây, cái này cho Ly nhá. Cái này cho Ly này. Đúng rồi. Cái này bỏ xuống dưới con. Đúng rồi đấy. Cái này bỏ xuống dưới. Cái này cho Ly. Rồi vậy thôi nhá. Cái này đẹp quá.
Giggles filled the air as they peeled the oranges together, the bright yellow slices ready to shine on top of the pizza.
Cho cái này cắt. Đẹp quá Ly hả? Này bỏ cái kia Ly nhá. Đúng rồi, để bỏ vào này. Đây, bỏ đây nha. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa con. Rồi đó. Đây nữa Ly. Bỏ dưới con. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Cái này của Ly nhé. Rồi, cắt phô mai nhé. Con sơ này cắt phô mai nhé. Có thế này ra cho ba đi. Được không? Thế được không? Này. Phô mai này. Mình cắt một ít nha.
To make it even more tempting, Dad cut the cheese into small cubes. Lily stared at them longingly, imagining the rich, creamy taste as they melted.
Chát này mình bỏ trong bánh nha Ly nhé. Ăn được không? Ăn được không? À đây đi. Đúng rồi, bỏ dưới đi bạn. À đi giúp ba bỏ dưới hả? Đúng rồi đấy. Đây bỏ đây ha. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây này bạn, đây này. Đúng rồi, bỏ xuống. Rồi. Rồi, xong rồi. Cái này bỏ xuống đây nha.
The dough had finally woken up, and this was the moment Lily had been waiting for.
Rồi, cái tay đi đâu?
Dad dusted her little hands with flour so they wouldn't stick.
Hai tay sờ nhau đi. Hai tay sờ nhau đi. Đó. Thấy không? Đúng rồi. Xoa đi, xoa đi. Xoa đây này. Đi đây. Đấy. 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 Đây này.
Lily began to knead, feeling the soft, elastic texture beneath her palms.
Mình biết rồi này, không biết rồi đi. Đúng rồi. Lấy bột đi. Lấy đi. Đây Ly này. Đó. Biết đây đi. Đây này, đây này. Đấy, cầm thử đi. Đúng rồi, cầm lên. Cầm đi. Cầm xuống. Đúng rồi. Thấy không Ly? Đúng rồi. Cái gì đấy? Đúng rồi, vào đây nè. Đúng rồi. Cây bột nha, cây bột phải đi tay đi nhé. Đây, đấy, để tay lên là dính hả? Rồi bây giờ mình cán bột đi. Đi lấy cái cán bột đi, cán bột kia. Đó, cán bột đi. Đúng rồi. Đây, cán. Đây nè, đây này.
Using a
Đây,
wooden
đây.
rolling
Đây này.
pin and following Dad's instructions, she focused all her energy on flattening the dough into a cute circle.
Cán thiệt mỏng đi nhá. Này, đây này. Được rồi Hải Ly. Cái này nó mỏng lét này đúng không Ly? Bây giờ mình sẽ làm cái bánh này thành tròn nhé.
Finally, Dad helped her pinch the edges to create a perfect crust before it went into the oven.
Nó chỉnh nhá. Bánh cho nó tròn nhá Ly nhá. Đây này, thấy không? Tròn không? Này, thấy chưa? Đi, đây qua đây. Này. Để mình đến cái bánh này trước nhá. Đây, đưa ba đi.
The crust was first baked at 100 degrees Celsius.
10 phút nha.
During those 10 minutes of waiting, Lily hovered near the oven, peering through the glass impatiently.
Rồi, đúng rồi. Đi nào, qua đây. Chờ nhá, các mình chờ đợi nhá. Cô bài nhá. Cam. Rồi, qua đây rửa tay nè. Rửa tay nè. Rửa tay sạch nhá. Nhà tay đi ra. Rửa tay nhá. Bắt đầu kéo cái này cho nó sạch đi nhé. Sạch cái là mình nướng vừa đấy. Lấy bánh ra là vừa ha. Rồi đi kìa. Từ con, từ nóng đấy. Đây, hành nhá. Chờ tí. Ui, nóng đấy đi.
Once the crust was lightly cooked, they began the decorating phase.
Qua bên đây ngồi này. Để cho phô mai trước nha. Hay lấy cái này trước. Đây ha. Như nào đi. Bỏ sữa.
Each slice of orange and tomato was placed with care and love.
Cầm vào xuống đi. Không phải, cầm vào xuống đây này. Đây vào xuống. Không phải. Đây này, cầm. Đấy, đây vào xuống, đúng rồi đấy. Cầm đây này, vào xuống. Đây này. Vào xuống, đúng rồi đấy này. Đây. Đấy. Đây. Đây này. xíu cho nó đều đều nhỉ. Nóng cái đi, nóng ấy. Mình rắc phô mai này. Mình rắc không? Rắc thử không? Đây, mình cầm đây. Đây, đây. Đây, 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 lấy đây.
Lily then sprinkled a layer of cheesy snow over the top, covering the fruit like a warm blanket.
Được chưa? Được không? Được nha. Rồi. Một lần nữa lại nha.
The colorful pizza was put back into the oven to let the magic of the heat finish the job.
Rồi, bắn đây này. Rồi, rồi mình chờ nhé. À.
Ding! The oven bell rang. A rich, seductive aroma filled the kitchen.
Đây nè. Nóng đấy, nóng đấy. Mở nha.
The pizza emerged golden brown, with melted cheese blending perfectly with the scent of roasted oranges and tomatoes.
Oh. Được không? Được không? Ừ, được không? Này. Ngon không? Thử một sữa không à nhỉ? Sữa này, sữa phô mai ấy. Cắt nhé.
Dad carefully sliced the pizza as Lily cheered and clapped.
Rồi. Đó. À, có vẻ hơi bị ngon nhỉ. À. Chờ đi, chờ đi, chờ đi. Chờ cái đĩa của đi nhá. Đây. Thấy miếng nào thì thấy nhé. Nhưng mà tìm miếng nào miếng nhiều cà chua cho Ly nhé. Ngon quá. Ừ, đây đây. Ôi trời. Rồi. Đi này. Rồi đi xuống cái ghế ngồi vào. Chờ đi, chờ đi, chờ đi.
The happiest moment had arrived.
Chờ đi, chờ đi, chờ đi. Cắt ăn nó dễ nhé đi nhé. To quá khó ăn lắm.
Lily took a big bite of the steaming hot pizza. The sweetness of the fruit, the richness of the cheese, and the crunch of the crust melded together. It was the taste of success and a dad's love.
Nè, cắn này. Đúng rồi đấy. Đấy. Uống đi, ăn đi, để ba lấy sữa cho Ly. Rồi, sữa tới nè, sữa tới nè. Thôi hả, không ăn nữa hả? Rồi bỏ xuống đi, không ăn bỏ xuống đây.
The afternoon ended perfectly as Lily enjoyed her treat alongside a glass of cool milk, her eyes brimming with happiness.
Ăn không? Phải ăn đây.
Later, in the cozy warmth of the bathroom, Dad gently helped Lily undress for her daily bath ritual.
Cởi ra đi. Rồi, bỏ đây.
Lily looked at him with absolute trust as he lifted her into the warm tub where a cute yellow duck was waiting to play.
Ấm không? Ăn này, ăn này.
Dad carefully worked up a lather
Bơi, bơi. Bơi tiếp đi.
and gently rubbed the soap all over Lily's small body, from the top of her head down to her tiny toes.
Im thôi, im, im. Im, im, im.
Under her dad's soothing touch, Lily closed her eyes and relaxed, her face glowing with comfort in the warm water. Dad even took the time to wash her hair with the gentlest shampoo, making sure his little princess was clean and fragrant.
Rồi, đây.
Once the water had washed away the day's play, Dad wrapped her tightly in a soft, fluffy towel. He didn't miss a single detail, carefully drying behind her ears and between her little toes.
Nào, giữ chân đây con, giữ chân này, giữ đây nha. Làm cái nhìn nhá. Đó, trời, thích không? Đừng quên ngủ luôn nhé. Đúng rồi, nằm thả xuống. Rồi, Lý đứng lên nào.
The hairdryer hummed on its gentlest setting, its warm breath drying every strand of Lily's fine hair. She was so cooperative, even lifting her arms high so Dad could dry everywhere easily.
Rồi, con nằm đây, nằm xuống. Đấy. Cho Lý nhé, nằm im. Rồi, đúng rồi. Đây, đây.
To finish the routine, Dad gave Lily a skillful massage on her back and neck. This total relaxation made Lily drift off, falling into a deep, peaceful sleep enveloped in her dad's warmth.
Con làm phiền con nữa nhé. Rồi con ngủ nhé.
While Lily dreamed sweet dreams, Dad quietly went back to the kitchen to prepare a surprise. He hand-shaped some peach-colored buns and placed them in the steamer, watching over them until they were soft, fluffy, and fragrant. When she woke up, the first thing Lily did was run to the living room to find her dad.
Đây là con. Thấy bụng chưa?
Seeing him, she was scooped up into a warm hug. He dressed her in a charming red and white checkered jumper, turning Lily into the prettiest girl in the house.
Mặc đồ xong ba lấy bánh bao cho Ly ăn nhá. Bánh bao ba làm chín rồi đấy. Đấy, ui giời. Đẹp quá nhỉ. Chỉ làm như cần nhé. Đó. Đây, đẹp quá. Nào, bé tí nào. Thương quá nhỉ. Rồi, xem nào, thì lấy đồ ăn nhé. Rồi, thì ngồi đây bánh cho ăn nhé. Đây, bánh này. Đấy. Đây. Tìm cái làm cái nhá.
Lily sat in her little wooden chair, ready for her bun feast. She held a large bun, taking big bites, her face lighting up as she discovered the sweet, nutty mung bean filling inside.
Ngon quá hả? Nè, Nếm thử. Ngon Ly, ngon không? Ngon quá ha. Giỏi lắm. Ngon quá ha. Nhân đậu xanh đấy, đậu xanh ngon đấy. Xay hết luôn đi. Hết luôn. Đúng rồi. Cắn rồi. Chắc là bắt cùng miếng ăn này. Giỏi này. Giỏi quá. Cắn hết luôn. Cắn hết ăn luôn. Rồi đấy. Cắn đây này, cắn màu trắng này. Đúng rồi đấy. Đó. Đúng rồi, cái màu trắng ngon đấy. Nhà này cắn đây này. Nhân đậu xanh đấy. Chà, ngon quá ha. Và còn một cái nữa nhá, ăn đến đát vào cho nữa. Hết luôn con, hết luôn.
Watching her finish every bit with such gusto, Dad couldn't hide the happy smile on his face.
Nhìn Liên ngon quá đi. Nhìn ngon lành nhỉ. Hết luôn. Đây. Rồi. Đây. Thôi đi chào mọi người nào. Chào.
The long day drew to a close with a precious moment. Lily and her dad sitting together, waving their hands to say a sweet goodbye to everyone.
One beautiful morning, the house was quiet and cozy. Lily was lounging on the sofa, eyes glued to her favorite TV show. But amidst those relaxing moments, a thought popped into her head. Dad must be working so hard right now, she told herself. Her love for her dad urged her to do something special for him. No sooner thought than done. Lily scurried into the kitchen. Luckily, there was a basket of fresh vegetables Dad had just bought on the table. Looking like a true pro, Lily started prepping. Her small but skillful hands picked up the green beans, snapped them neatly, and removed the strings, just as well as any adult. Once done, she carefully put everything into the pot. added just enough water and turned on the stove. Lily stood there patiently, her eyes sparkling as she watched the steam rise. A few minutes later, the gentle aroma of boiled veggies filled the air. Lily scooped them into her familiar little basket and toddled out to the garden.
Dad.
Seeing his little girl approaching, Dad paused his work, looking surprised. Lily happily held out the basket, showing off her hard work. He took the food and carefully checked each piece. He nodded in satisfaction. Ah, it's perfectly cooked. That sentence was the best reward for Chef Lily. She knew exactly when the veggies were ready, a sign of maturity that would warm anyone's heart. As they ate in the garden, an uninvited guest appeared. It was Bebe, the little goat. Smelling the food, Bebe trotted over. Instead of chasing him away, Lily happily shared her portion. Under the cool shade of the trees, the three of them, Dad, Lily, and Bebe, enjoyed the simple vegetable meal together. The story begins on a day Lily was home alone. Like a pro basketball player, Lily made perfect shots into the hoop, making anyone watching amazed. After running a few laps around the house and scoring some spectacular points, Lily started to feel tired. She climbed onto her comfy beanbag chair to rest and recharge. Just then, Dad came home from work. In his hands was a wonderful gift for his little girl. Fresh, delicious pears. However, after her intense workout, Dad noticed his athlete was dripping with sweat and starting to smell a bit stinky. So Dad decided to whisk Lily off for a bath immediately.
A few moments later.
Rồi, chờ tí nha. Đây. Cho tay đi con.
After a good scrub,
Đúng rồi đấy.
Lily returned looking fresh, clean, and wearing a super cute pink outfit.
Đây, một sắp mùa đông rồi nhá, mặc cho nó ấm nha. Đó. Quần này. Mùa đông lạnh. Thủng thẳng thỉnh nhỉ. Cái này. Xem đâu rồi. Đứng lại xem nào, đứng lại xem nào.
Now that she was squeaky clean, Dad asked Lily to help make juice.
Ok. Ôm nào, ôm nào. Đúng rồi. Thôi đi pha nước uống nhé. Đi làm nước uống nhé. Ha. Đi làm nước uống nhé. Đi. Đi đây làm nước uống nào. Vào đây làm cho Ly nước uống nhé.
Lily proved to be a great assistant.
Cái lau này các bạn ạ. Giỏi lắm đi ba. Rồi. Đây. Rồi con bỏ kia đi.
While Dad peeled the pears, Lily quickly picked up the peels and tidied them into the trash bin neatly.
Bỏ cái đổ đi. Rồi con bỏ kia luôn đi. Bỏ đi con. Bỏ luôn. Giỏi lắm. Đây là ly miếng này. Đấy. Rồi cái này bỏ đây nhé. Rồi con bỏ đi. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Bỏ kia đi. Lau đi con. Lau đi. Lau. Lau. Đúng rồi. Rồi, đi giải lắm. Rồi, mình bắt đầu nhé. Rồi, đi qua đây. Đây, đứng xuống, đứng. Đây. Đấy, đúng rồi, biết làm gì chưa? Biết làm gì chưa?
When it was time to juice, Lily personally picked up the pear slices Dad had cut and put them into the slow juicer.
Bỏ tiếp lên đi con.
She worked carefully and skillfully,
Chưa được đâu.
just
Nữa
like
đi.
an
Đây,
adult.
đi. Một cái nữa thôi. Một cái đấy nữa thôi. Rồi. Này. Bạn nút này. Đây bên đây này. Đây. Đây đi này. Đó.
Her eyes watched intently as the cool juice flowed into the pitcher, her face full of excitement, waiting for the result.
Rồi bỏ nữa đi. Bỏ thêm nữa đi. Nữa. Nữa đi. Nữa đi con. Rồi nữa đi. Rồi cái này để bác cắt cho Ly ăn nhé. Này bác cắt bỏ miếng cho Ly nhé. An toàn lắm nhỉ. Rồi. Đi, rồi con đây mình làm cái này nhé.
To reward Lily's hard work, Dad cut a separate plate of fresh pears just for her.
Đi bỏ kia nhé. Đấy, cứ bỏ đây đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Bỏ đi con. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Bỏ đây con.
The little party began. Lily confidently used a fork to eat the fruit, enjoying every bite.
Ăn đi, vào lấy nước cho. Ăn đi. Con ăn xong đi, ăn đi. Đúng rồi. Ăn xong đi rồi bà lấy cho. Đúng rồi đấy. Đi ăn xong đi bà lấy nước cho Ly nhé. Con ăn đi. Uống nước trước hả? Rồi, đừng vào đây.
Finally came the most awaited moment. tasting the juice. Lily took a long sip through the straw, her face lighting up with delight, and she didn't forget to exclaim, "Yummy," to thank Dad.
Ôi, ngon ha. Ngon ha. Ngon quá Liên ha. Đấy. Đã nhỉ.
It was a happy day for Lily, going from energetic exercise to warm, sweet moments with Dad and delicious treats.
When suddenly she felt a cold chill on her side. She woke up with a start, her round eyes wide with confusion as she looked down at the bedsheet. Oh no, it's soaking wet!
Đi đáy đấy hả? Dọn này đi nha.
Panicking a little, Lily frowned and tilted her small head, wondering, I definitely didn't have an accident, so why is the bed so wet? Suddenly, drip! A cold drop of water landed right on the tip of Lily's nose. She looked up at the ceiling. Ah, that was it. The rain was so heavy that the roof had started to leak. Raindrops were racing down to parachute right onto Lily's beloved bed. If this kept up, her cozy sleeping spot would turn into a swimming pool in no time. Without hesitating, Lily rushed to get her green towel and brought it to the bed. Her small hands scrubbed back and forth, trying desperately to dry the wet spot. But strangely, the water kept falling from above. The more she wiped, the more the water spread. In a flash, Lily's eyes lit up. She remembered a secret weapon. She jumped off the bed. Pulled out a small yellow umbrella and popped it open. She held the umbrella right over the leak.
Oh.
But after a moment, Lily realized the problem. Holding the umbrella like this makes my arm tired, and the water just runs off onto the floor anyway. She needed a better plan. Lily looked around, calculating, then sprinted out of the room. She trotted straight to the kitchen. Standing on her tiptoes, she rummaged through the lower cabinets. Clatter, clatter. Aha! Lily dragged out a bright red plastic basin. Using both hands, she carried the basin back to the bedroom, climbed onto the bed, and carefully lined it up. She placed the basin right where the water was falling. Plip! plop. The sound of water hitting the basin sounded much more fun than the thudding on the mattress. Lily sighed with relief. When she was done, Lily sat with her arms crossed next to her masterpiece, looking proud like a guard who had just completed an important mission. Just then, the door clicked. Dad was home. Hearing the noise, Lily jumped off the bed and ran out.
Làm gì đấy, làm đi. Đây nè, đây nè. Trời ướt hết nè. Mưa quá đi, ha. Trời mưa quá ướt hết.
Seeing Dad sitting there, she quickly tugged on his shirt, signaling for him to come to the bedroom immediately.
Đâu, đâu. Đây bay đâu đấy? Đâu, ba xem gì đấy?
Walking into the room, Dad was stunned by the scene. In the middle of the bed sat a red basin, catching the leak perfectly. Instead of being annoyed by the mess, Dad was overcome with surprise and exclaimed excitedly, "Oh my gosh, Lily, how are you so smart? You knew to run to the kitchen and get a basin so the bed wouldn't get wet?" Hearing the praise, Lily was over the moon. She trotted after Dad, busily helping him gather the damp sheets to take to the laundry. Thanks to Lily's quick thinking, the thick mattress was saved just in time.
Mày có ly không? Tưởng ly đáy tầm chưa? Giờ đặt cái này đi nhé. Đặt tại sau nằm nhé, thấy chưa? Đặt cái ly nhé. Đây. Rồi, đặt cái ly ha. Đó vậy. Đó, rồi. Đi đây.
To reward this huge achievement, Dad took Lily to the fridge.
Đi cùng nhé. Đây này. Đây mà tủ lấy đồ ăn này.
A familiar scent wafted out. Bananas?
Bây giờ có ly đi. Đi ra ghế ngồi nhá, và cắt cái đĩa cho ly ăn. Ra ghế ngồi đi. Ra ghế ngồi đi con. Đúng rồi, ghế ngồi đi. Kéo ly nhá. Kéo ghế ngồi đi con, kéo ghế ngồi đi. Ly chờ ba tí nhé, xong rồi. Cắt cho gọn ly ăn nhé.
Lily sat politely at the table, her eyes sparkling with happiness as she watched each slice of banana being cut.
Đây, ngồi đi đây.
She picked up a piece and ate it deliciously.
Đây là trước ly mày cái đâu đúng không? Hay là mưa bị rột phải không? Nhầm ly đúng không? Đây là nhầm ly hả? Giỏi quá, để đây ạ. Đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm. Ngon quá ha. Chuối này ngon quá. Đi giỏi lắm.
Turns out a stormy day isn't so bad after all, especially when you are a smart and clever monkey like Lily.
Ngon vậy. Ngồi nhá, lấy ly nhá. Nè, cho thêm ly này. Đây, vào thêm nhá. Đây. Đúng rồi, đi giỏi lắm. Đi ngoan vào cho thêm nhé. Đã không? Chuối chín ngon quá mà. Quá ngọt nhỉ.
It was a beautiful morning. Lily started her day with a trip to the garden with her dad, wearing a cute little straw hat to shield her from the sun and a bamboo basket. On her back, she looked like a professional little farmer. At the garden, they stopped by a trellis of yard-long beans, heavy with fruit. Being naturally nimble, Lily clambered skillfully up the bamboo poles.
Chưa? Thử đi, ăn thử đi. Ăn thử đi. Ngon không?
While working hard, the mischievous little monkey even tried a raw bean right off the vine to check the quality for lunch.
Để bắt đi những cái đậu non về ăn nhé. Này, dài chưa này Ly?
Oh, wow.
Nè.
Dad.
Nè. Oh.
Her tiny, clever hands picked each long bean and tucked them into her basket.
Lily vào đây này.
Hả? Oh.
Hơi nhiều đi ha. Lily ơi, đi chưa? Đi về thôi.
Ahem.
Once the basket was full, the two returned home.
Ở đây con, đúng rồi, ở đây ngồi nè. Đây. Bây giờ phụ ba vẽ này tí không?
Ok.
Rồi.
Lily continued to help her dad by snapping the beans into small pieces for cooking.
Đó, con bỏ đây nha. Đây. Đây. Vẽ, bỏ đây này. Đó, thấy chưa? Đây, xong rồi ha. Ui, giỏi quá. Bỏ lên con. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Này, bẻ thử cái này này. Giỏi quá. Thôi ngồi đây nhá, ngồi đây chờ ba tí nhá. Ngồi xem TV chờ ba tí.
While her dad was busy in the kitchen, Lily rested on a small hammock, enjoying the cool breeze. Suddenly, she looked out at the yard and saw a messy sight. Plastic bottles and cans scattered everywhere. Instead of just sitting there, Lily had a wonderful idea. She would collect all this scrap to sell and help her dad. The little monkey picked up every bottle and can and neatly arranged them in her small wooden cart. Once the cart was piled high, Lily used all her tiny strength to pull it out the gate, beginning her journey along the village road. She pulled her cart through familiar paths until she stopped at a scrap collection spot with a sign that read Vechai.
Hi.
Bạn giúp bỏ vào đây cho tôi nhé.
Ok. One.
Here, Lily was a total professional. She took each bottle out and placed it into the seller's red basket for weighing.
4.
Cũng được nhiều đó. Để mình cân thử nha. Bạn xem nè. Này của bọn 20.000. Của bạn được 20.000 nha. Để mình lấy tiền cho.
After checking the amount, the seller handed Lily a 20,000 Vietnamese dong bill. Lily held the money carefully with both hands, her eyes sparkling with pride, before quickly pulling her empty cart back home.
Ủa, đi đâu về Ly?
As soon as she reached the door, Lily ran to her dad and handed him the money she had earned.
Qua đây ghế ngồi chào bà tí đi. Đi qua ghế ngồi đi con. Chào bà tí nha. Có gì cần đây? Này đâu đây con? Chào ba hả?
Her dad was incredibly surprised and moved by how smart and thoughtful his little girl was. He praised her warmly and kept the money safe for her. To reward her hard work, her dad prepared a delicious lunch.
Yummy.
Quá. Ở đâu ra cái này vậy trời?
On the plate were gifts from nature, fragrant boiled sweet potatoes and the very beans Lily had picked that morning. Lily sat properly in her own chair, using a fork to enjoy her meal politely.
Ly đấy. Món này ngon này. Ngon lắm. Đúng rồi đấy. Món quái cầu của Ly hả? Ăn đi ha.
It wasn't just a tasty meal, it was the sweet flavor of her own hard work.
That school afternoon was dyed in the gloomy grey of a sudden storm. Between flashes of lightning tearing through the sky and the rolling thunder, rain began to pour down like a waterfall. While rushing to find shelter, Lily suddenly stopped in front of an old, lonely cardboard box sitting by the side of the road. Inside was a tiny piglet, huddled in fear, its small shoulders shivering uncontrollably. Without a second thought, Lily squeezed herself into the cramped box and wrapped her arms tightly around the little creature. Her clumsy hug was like a tiny flame, warming and chasing away the piglet's terror in the middle of the cold rain. An invisible bond began to bloom at that very moment. When the rain eased, Lily told the piglet to wait and ran home with all her might. "Dad, Dad," her voice rang out in the quiet house. She searched frantically. And only breathed a sigh of relief when she saw him in the backyard. Lily grabbed his hand, her eyes as urgent as if she were holding a life or death secret, and led him back to the old box.
Sao? Đi đâu đi? Bye bye, đâu đấy? Đâu? Đi đâu rồi? Sao? Đi đâu đi? Đi đâu? Chờ bà tí. Từ nào đi từ từ thôi. Đi đâu đi? Ồ.
Seeing the muddy piglet, Lily's dad couldn't help but feel moved.
Ồ, cái gì đây?
He knelt down to pat its head, but then sighed
Để vào đây
softly.
nha. Thấy chưa?
Sweetie, we can't keep him.
Nhìn ở đây nha.
His owner must be worried.
Ừ.
We shouldn't just take him
Đi
home.
về nha. Không phải của mình đâu, thấy chưa? Không phải của mình đâu, nhá.
The hope in Lily's heart vanished.
Để em Mìn về nhà nhé, thấy chưa? Thấy chưa em Mìn? Em Mìn ngoan thế nhỉ? Ừ. Em Mìn ngoan thế nhỉ? Ừ. Ô, gì đây? Ừ, gì đây? Ừ, em Mìn ngoan quá. Đây em Mìn đi về, em Mìn đi về nhà em Mìn đi nhá. Nhá, đi về em Mìn đi nhá. Tôi đi về đây. Tôi đi Linh.
She quietly held her dad's hand and walked away, her eyes blurred with tears, not daring to look back at her little friend. However, a steady patter-patter sound followed behind
Đi về
them.
nhà đi. Đi về nhà đi. Đi về nhà đi. Đi đi. Đi về nhà đi. Đi đi. Đi đi. Về nhà mình đi. Đi đi. Đi đi. Về nhà đi. Đi đi.
With miraculous persistence, the piglet had decided to follow its savior. Even though Lily's dad waved his hand several times for it to go back, the piglet just kept its distance and continued to trot along.
Về đi. Về đi. Về đi nhá. Về đi nhá.
The walk home became a delightful little parade. Dad in the front, Lily by his side with a flickering spark of hope, and the loyal piglet following closely behind.
Ừ, đi nào, đi. Đi nào. Đi con, đi con. Đi.
At the gate, faced with such adorable stubbornness, Lily's dad finally gave in. He smiled and opened the gate wide to welcome the piglet inside.
Đi vào nhà đi nhá. Đi vào nhà đi chơi ha. Quen không? Ừ. Đi ngồi ghế đi. Ngồi ghế đi. Đi. Ở bụng không nãy giờ ăn nhé. Đi vào đây nè. Này, thay cặp đi nhá. Này đi. Mang cặp đi kết đi con. Đúng rồi, bỏ đó. Bỏ nó đi. Ừ, rồi đây. Đây cái biển này. Biển đâu rồi? Biển đâu rồi? Biển ơi. Đứng lên đi, đứng lên. Ừ. Đúng rồi đấy. Thôi đừng con, con đau nhé. Chưa, để đồ này ha. Ngoan nhỉ, Biển ngoan nhỉ, hả? Sao đi? Sao? 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 Ừ? Chơi với em hả? Không thích chơi với Hiền hả? Ừ? Không chơi với Hiền không? À, có không? Ừ? À sao? Ừ. Hôm nay về nhà nhé. Nhé. Hôm nay về nhà Hiền nhé. À, Hiền quá. Xem nào, xem vết thương nào. Xem đau nào. Ừ.
While giving him a bath, they found a small wound on his leg.
Đi vào trong nhà lấy thuốc đi con. Đi đi. Đây nhé.
Lily quickly grabbed the first aid kit and, together with her dad, carefully cleaned it.
Rồi, bay đây con, đi lên. Ồ, đây. Ngồi yên nhá. Uống thuốc nhá. Chưa? Ừ. Đi lấy bàn giấy không? Cái giấy. Ồ, giỏi lắm. Cái này lau nhé, lau ở đây nhé, chưa? Thấm nó đều nhé. Này, ghê không? Thấy chưa?
The scene was as cozy as a real family.
Thôi để heo ngủ nhé, thấy chưa? Thôi nhường cái ghế cho heo nhé. Nhá. Nhường cái ghế cho bạn heo nhé, được không? Nhá, thôi ra đi con, ra đây. Tôi nhường ghế cho bạn heo nhé. Nhá. Đều lắm chưa?
Looking at the clean piglet, Dad said tenderly, "Well, he's a member of our family now. What are you going to name him?"
Heo ngủ rồi đấy.
Lily cheered happily. "Sam, his name is Sam." "Oh, welcome to the family, Sam." Dad nodded with a warm smile. And just like that, from a wanderer in the storm, the little pig found a name and a peaceful home.
Hi.
Hay đấy, giỏi nhỉ. Làm đấy nghỉ ha. Theo chân nào. Theo chân nào. Thôi ở nhà chung theo cho ba nhé, thấy chưa? Đi. Ồ. Ồ. Giỏi không?
One afternoon, after telling the two kids to play nicely, Dad had to go out for a while. As soon as the boss left, the house immediately turned into a sovereign kingdom. In a cozy corner, Sam, having just stuffed himself with breakfast, was busy, snoring. Occasionally, his pink snout would twitch as if he were dreaming of a giant mountain of food. But the peace didn't last long, because big sister Lily was starting to feel restless. After looking around for a bit, Lily locked onto her target, her four-legged friend who was sleeping like there was no tomorrow. With a mischievous grin, she crept up and attacked Sam's perky ear with her finger, whispering secret codes that only the two of them understood.
Oh.
Sam was in the middle of a deep sleep when he had a rude awakening. Lily quickly performed a body language presentation. Understanding instantly, Sam's sleepiness vanished in a heartbeat. Despite his 4 short, chubby legs, Sam suddenly transformed into a pink express train, zooming out to the garden. Lily wasn't far behind, skipping and chasing after him, her laughter ringing across the yard. The destination for the two little bandits was the lush lettuce bed, her dad's pride and joy. Without waiting for an invitation, Lily hopped onto Sam's back like a true knight, and the free buffet began. Crunch, crunch, munch, the sound echoed continuously. The two of them were lost in the taste of the crisp, sweet leaves, oblivious to the rest of the world. A while later, Dad returned. He called out, "Lily, Sam!" But there was only silence.
Lê! Lê ơi! Lê ơi!
He searched the house but couldn't find them anywhere. Sensing something was up, he hurried to the garden. "Lily! Sam!" he called again. The two of them jumped in surprise. In the garden, right in the middle of a lettuce bed that now had a giant hole in it, the two culprits stood frozen. Seeing the evidence smeared all over their faces, Dad could only hold his head and laugh. Who could stay mad at faces this cute?
Xong chưa? Về làm dưa ăn nhé. Làm dưa ăn không? Ha.
He walked over and waved them in. All right, you two vegetable grinders, get inside.
Xong chưa?
I have something fancy and way tastier than
Về làm
lettuce.
dưa ăn nhé. Làm dưa ăn không? Ha.
Hearing the word tastier, Lily immediately betrayed the lettuce, slid off Sam's back, and ran after her dad into the house. The next
One day,
morning,
Lily was given an important task to help her dad pull a small cart full of watermelons.
Oh my gosh!
She struggled with all her might, her hands gripping the rope, her small legs trying to pull the heavy cart. But when they reached a small slope, the cart stopped. Lily pulled and pulled, but the wheels wouldn't budge. Just as she was about to give up, a powerful push came from behind. Sam had been there all along.
Oh,
Seeing his friend struggling, he didn't say a word, but used his snout and his whole body to push the cart forward. Oink! Oink! His grunts sounded like cheers of encouragement. They worked together, and finally the watermelon cart made it over the slope.
Thank you.
In that moment, they were not just friends, but true teammates.
Bye-bye. Dad! Dad!
Cái gì đây? Đi đâu về đấy? Ô, cái gì trời? Thu hoạch dưa hả? Chín chưa mà thu hoạch cái Ly? Hả? Thèm dưa à? Ly thèm dưa à? Hả? Chín chưa mà thu hoạch? Ừ. Ba thấy là chưa chín đâu nhỉ? Thế rồi. Hơi non á. Nè. Con không búng được nên không biết đúng không? Dưa này chưa chín đâu ha, để ba bổ thử nhá. Được không? Mà sao kéo về hay hả Ly? Đây nữa này. Wow, hai quả luôn hả? Đây ba làm cho xem này. Đây ngồi đi. Đây ba làm cho xem thử nhá. Xem có chín không ha? Nè, bỏ mũi này ha. Thử nhá, bỏ đây thử ha. Trời ơi. Đây, chờ bà tí, chờ bà tí. Chín đỏ. Chờ bà tí nha, bà cắt cho Ly ăn ha. Đúng rồi, phải biết bình tĩnh chờ đợi ha. Đây. Rồi đi nè. Đấy, lúc nào cũng để dành cái Ly này thấy không? Thấy không? Rồi ngồi ghế đi. Xem. Chưa được mấy nhỉ? Này không ăn được.
As time went on, Lily and Sam became inseparable. They ate together, played together, and explored every corner of the farm together. Lily was always a thoughtful caregiver, always making sure Sam got a share of every tasty treat. Sam remained a smooth ride and the most reliable companion. Their friendship needed no words. It was shown in the warm hug during the storm, the shared slice of watermelon, the encouraging nudge when one was tired, and the carefree romps through the
Ly chờ
fields.
xíu nha.
From two strangers, frightened in a storm, Lily and Sam had written a touching story of a miraculous friendship, a testament to how kindness and empathy can connect any hearts, no matter how different they may be.
Chờ xíu đi nha. Rửa này đã. Qua đây Ly ơi, qua đây, qua đây. Xong rồi nè. Đây. Này, mình để đậu ở đây nhá. Đây này, để này. Đó. Đây mình cho heo nhá. Này. Con bẻ đi. Đó, thấy chưa? Thấy không? Nè. Đấy. À, cái đấy không cần hả? Được không? Được không? Nghe giòn quá hả? Này, nó thử cái này đi.
Thank you.
À, khoai này Ly, đúng rồi. Cầm đấy, anh bỏ vào đây này. À, đúng rồi, đây nữa này. Đây, bỏ kia đi. Cái này bỏ ha, bỏ luôn ha, bỏ đây luôn ha. Đây đi. Được không? Vào đây coi, vào đây. Đúng rồi. Đây này, thấy không? Mình đổ vào đây nhá. Đó. Để vào ly nước nhá. Còn nước không? Cho khát nước hả? Đi chơi nãy giờ khát nước hả? Trông nghe cho ba nhé, chưa? Đi trông nghe cho ba nhé. Này đổ nước đây này, thấy không? Rồi. Rồi bỏ đây này con. Đây này, đây này. Này, ra đây ngồi này. Đây, ra đây. Ừ.
Oh.
Bây giờ là mình ngồi chờ đợi nhá. Ừ. Chờ xíu ha. Vào đây con, vào đây. Ừ. Đây Ly, vào đây con, đây này. Đây ngồi đi. Ừ. Dài quá nha. Ừ. Đấy, nghèo khỏe như mặc đi, mặc đi. Này để cái vòng này. Đấy chưa rồi các bạn. Đây nha. Nóng lắm. Nó nguội đã là mình ăn nhé. Ừ. Đúng rồi đấy. Ta làm cái ly với lại cái ăn nhá, chưa? Ui ngon quá ha. Chu cha. Ngon quá. Này bỏ ra đây. Ừ. Cái này vào cho heo nhá. Ừ. Để cái này vào cho heo nào. Ừ. Này cho heo một nửa nhá. Đi một nửa ha. Này rồi đi đây. Ăn đi con. Xúc này. Ừ. Oh. Sao được không Ly? Ngon không? Ừ. Còn cho Ly nữa nhé. Ngon quá ha. Ngon không? Ủa, ăn nhiều quá ha. Rồi rồi. Thế đây ngồi đi, thế đây ngồi này. Ừ, đúng rồi. Rồi, hết rồi. Hết rồi. Nay nhà mình ăn hơi nhiều rồi đấy nhá. Này các bạn. Các bạn ăn về nhé. Ừ.
And in their small world, they had found a family, a true soulmate, in the most unexpected of friends.
Đi về.
The first rays of dawn had just broken, playfully creeping through the cracks in the door and dancing on the sleeping face of the little monkey, Lily. Waking up, Lily rubbed her eyes and looked over at her dear dad, who was still deep in slumber. She gently nudged him, shaking his hand to wake him. But it seemed her dad was too tired after a long day. Not discouraged, Lily gently slid off the bed and tiptoed into the living room. Through the glass of the main door, her eyes lit up when she saw her familiar skateboard leaning in a corner of the porch. A bold idea flashed through her mind. How about I go out and explore for a bit? Without hesitation, Lily skillfully opened the door, grabbed her skateboard, and began her own adventure. The skateboard, like a close friend, carried Lily professionally through the winding village roads.
Great job. Wow, you won!
The cool wind blew, making her fur flutter. Stopping for a short rest, Lily suddenly discovered a roadside tree laden with ripe fruit, giving off a sweet fragrance. Her empty stomach began to rumble. Lily quickly climbed the tree, picked the tastiest fruits, and enjoyed them heartily.
Đi ơi! Đi! Đi ơi! No.
Meanwhile, back at home, her dad had woken up. Not seeing his little daughter anywhere, he worriedly searched the entire house. Guessing that his mischievous girl had gone out to play, he rushed out to find her.
Ly ơi! Ly! Chị đâu?
After filling her hungry belly, Lily climbed down, intending to skate back home before her dad woke up.
Lily!
But an unfortunate incident occurred. As she was preparing, the skateboard slipped from under her feet and fell with a splash into the adjacent rice paddy.
Uh-oh.
Lily was horrified. She tried to reach for it, using all her strength to pull the board up, but it wouldn't budge. Back to Lily. She was almost in despair after struggling with the skateboard for a while. Her eyes welled up with tears.
Oh,
Just at that moment, a familiar figure appeared. It was her dad. Her dad had found her.
Đi đâu? Đi đâu ra đây? Cái gì đấy Lê? Cái gì đấy? Hả? Cái xe này đi hả?
Seeing his
Đâu rơi
daughter
xe
in
hả?
trouble, he said nothing,
Trời ơi, xe
simply
đây
bent
rồi.
down into the paddy and gently lifted the skateboard onto the bank.
Rồi, đến đây ngồi nào. Đến đây. Đến đây. Làm rơi xe hả? Bắn lên xe rồi ha. Bé bé nào. Đi về nhé. Được chưa? Nhé.
Then, he picked up both Lily and the skateboard, and they returned home together in the warm morning sun. Lily's little adventure had ended sweetly and safely in her dad's arms. After her morning adventure, Lily lay listlessly on the bed, scrolling through her phone.
oh no.
Bored, she ran out to the living room to find her dad.
Mom.
But the scene before her made Lily's little heart clench. Her dad was tenderly feeding Sam the pig, the friend that Lily herself had brought home. The gentle look in his eyes, the caring gestures he showed Sam, made Lily feel like an outsider. The image of her loving dad, who had always given her his undivided attention, suddenly shattered. Feeling hurt, Lily quietly returned to her room. Her resentment welling up into tears that rolled down her cheeks. "Dad doesn't love me anymore," she sobbed. A little while later, her dad came into the room, having already prepared food, and left it on the table for Lily. "Lily, come and eat." But Lily, still sulking, replied, "I don't want to eat." Her dad just thought his little girl was being fussy, so he gently picked her up, placed her in her chair at the dining table, and casually left as if nothing was wrong. Sitting alone at the table, Lily saw Sam playing happily. Her emotions erupted. "This house isn't mine anymore." After a tormenting internal struggle, Lily made a difficult decision. She would leave, leaving this house to her dad and Sam. No sooner said than done. Lily quietly packed a few things into her small backpack, put on her familiar hat, and left the house. As soon as the door closed, Sam seemed to sense that something was wrong and rushed to find the dad to let him know.
Làm gì đây? Làm gì đây?
Sensing trouble, the dad quickly followed Sam to the living room. He was horrified to see that both Lily's backpack and hat were gone.
Hả? Đi đâu? Đi xem đi. Lily! Lily!
Meanwhile, Lily was wandering alone on a familiar road, but today it felt strangely empty. She didn't know where to go.
Oh,
Stopping by the roadside, Lily picked some wild fruits to sustain her for the days ahead. Behind her dad and Sam had anxiously begun their search.
Chờ với, đâu đâu. Thấy em đi chưa Hiển? Thấy chưa? Đi.
She found a cool spot under a tree, sat down, and tried to eat. But it was so hard to swallow. The memories of how her dad used to care for her kept replaying in her mind, and Lily couldn't help but burst into sobs. Perhaps because she had cried so much, she grew exhausted and fell asleep without realizing it. Lily! Lily! Her dad's loving voice called out, pulling Lily from her fitful sleep. Opening her eyes, she saw her dad and Sam standing before her, their eyes filled with worry. Without a second's hesitation, Lily ran to her dad, threw her arms around him, and burst into tears. Her dad hugged his little girl tightly, repeatedly apologizing for his thoughtlessness.
Hiển này. Con lấy cái đầu cho heo hả? Con đi về nhá, thấy chưa? Đi về nhá. Yến, đi về Yến ơi. Yến. Đừng như thế nhé. Nghe chị Ly.
They returned home together. All misunderstandings were cleared up. From that day on, her dad paid attention to both Lily and Sam.
Đấy, hai người cùng ăn nhé, thấy chưa? Hai đứa cùng ăn nhé.
Lily also realized that her dad's love was still whole, and she gradually grew closer to her new friend, Sam.
Đi qua đây. Ôm đi, đúng rồi. Đúng rồi, giỏi. Ui, giỏi quá nha. Ly giỏi quá, đúng rồi. Ôm nhau nè, ôm nè. Ôm nè. Đúng rồi, Giỏi.
The small house was once again filled with laughter and warmth.
Đau đấy, nhẹ. Đau đấy, ha. Xe mà Ly, không ngủ à? Để phải ngủ đi nhé. Có đang ngủ nữa.
After a long day full of adventures, her dad gently carried Lily to her bedroom. Sleep well, sweetheart. I have to go out for a bit, he instructed before closing the door.
Để điện thoại đấy nha, không xem điện thoại đấy, nghe chưa? Nghe chưa?
Lily obediently curled up in her warm blanket, her eyes growing heavy as she drifted off to sleep. But the peace didn't last long. In the living room, the family's newest member, Sam the pig, was still struggling with hunger. Even though he had eaten, his big appetite left his stomach feeling empty. He pushed his empty aluminum food bowl, creating a loud clang-clang that echoed through the house. The noise shattered Lily's sleep. Annoyed, she sprang up, her little face scrunched in a frown. Who's being so loud? She thought, storming out to the living room, ready to give the troublemaker a piece of her mind. But when she saw poor Sam rubbing his nose against the empty bowl, his eyes full of expectation, Lily's anger vanished. She realized her friend was hungry. With a sigh, Lily said nothing and went straight to the kitchen. Acting like a big sister, she thoughtfully picked up the pieces of pumpkin and sweet potato her dad had already peeled. With her skillful hands, Lily put a small pot of water on to boil, added the vegetables, and began to cook a hearty meal for Sam.
Okay.
While waiting for the food to cook, she ran out to play with Sam to keep him from getting impatient. The two frolicked happily, Lily's clear laughter mixing with Sam's contented grunts, chasing away the quiet of the house. Soon, the sweet aroma of pumpkin and sweet potato filled the kitchen. Lily carefully took the pot off the stove, poured the food into a bowl to cool, and brought it out for Sam.
Wow.
Watching her friend eat so heartily made Lily happy too. She sat down beside him, and together they enjoyed the warm late-night meal she had prepared herself. The video opens with a truly peaceful scene. Lily is sound asleep in her cozy bed, covered with a warm pink blanket, and curled up next to her favorite bear-shaped pillow. While she is still lost in her dreams, Dad, the man in his familiar hat and blue shirt, has quietly gone out to the garden. He begins his daily task of cutting the lush, green sweet potato vines with a sharp sickle. While Dad is focused on gardening, the little daughter stirs and wakes up. Still sleepy, she quickly puts on her small, cute straw hat. Then she moves to the window, her big round eyes shining with curiosity as she watches Dad working in the garden. Dad continues with his work. Unable to sit still, the active child nimbly jumps to the ground and runs towards her dad. She comes to his side, perhaps to call out "Dad" and get his attention.
Con dậy à?
The man turns around, his eyes full of love as he checks on his little girl. But while he is busy talking to his daughter, an unexpected accident happens. The sharp sickle accidentally cuts Dad's hand,
Ừ.
and it starts to bleed. The little daughter, with quick instincts and boundless love for her dad, witnessed the whole thing. Her eyes widen in horror when she sees the blood on Dad's hand. Without a moment's hesitation, she dashes back towards the house, her heart filled with deep sorrow and worry.
Trời ơi, ba thịt mình đấy. Thịt mình cắt vào tay đấy. Thấy không?
The small child disappears for a moment and returns with a first aid kit in her hands. Although it's quite large for her small frame, she still struggles to bring it out to Dad. She quickly opens the kit and hands the antiseptic bottle to her dad.
Đấy, trời ơi. Ba cho ba hả? Trời ơi, cảm ơn Ly nhá. Ai da, cảm ơn Ly, bắt tay cái nào, giỏi quá nào. Cảm ơn nhá. Cái này để sức vết thương đấy, không?
The dutiful daughter carefully watches as Dad disinfects the wound, then quickly hands him cotton balls and gauze to bandage it.
Này, cái bông. Lấy gạt kia nữa con, cái gạt kia nữa. Đúng rồi, đây ba. Cảm ơn con nhá. Xé đi mà đấy. Đúng rồi, cái gạt, đúng rồi. Đó. Kéo vào đây nha. Đây, đúng rồi.
Seeing her dad in pain, her heart aches. Her gestures clearly showing her care and concern.
Sao đâu cần bẩn đấy con nhá. Ba không sao ha. Trời ơi, tay dễ thương quá ha. Không sao. Đây đang cột rồi. Chồ chà, sao đâu. Đúng rồi, đây cột bên đây ha, cột bên đây ha. Đi vào cho con nhé. Hôm nay không cắt ở đây quá. Đây, bỏ cái thứ ba đấy. Bỏ kia đi, bỏ vào hộp đi con. Đây như này con. Cái này tí mình cho heo ăn nhá. Cái này cắt đi ha. Đây nào.
After the wound is temporarily treated, Dad and his little daughter go back inside the house together. Their mood's a bit heavy because of the incident. Back in the cozy kitchen, Dad carefully slices the sweet potato into small, bite-sized pieces on a wooden cutting board. Sitting at the table, the little daughter curiously watches Dad's every move, her big round eyes never leaving him, eagerly waiting for her favorite food.
Này, đồ ăn này ngon đấy không?
When the hot pieces of sweet potato are served, Lily enjoys the simple but happy meal.
Ngon quá hả? Có hả? Vào đây con. Xong rồi ha.
After eating, Dad gently places the straw hat back on his little daughter's head and then starts cleaning up.
Con xuống dưới uống sữa đi, lấy sữa uống đi con.
Meanwhile, the little girl toddles over to the yellow refrigerator, thinking of a cool carton of milk. She uses all her might, trying to open the heavy door.
Huh?
But when the door swings open, an empty silence greets her. There isn't a single carton of milk left inside. The excitement on her face vanishes, replaced by tiny, slumped shoulders full of sadness as she slams the cabinet door shut.
Ủa?
Seeing the clear disappointment on his daughter's face, Dad's heart aches with love. He comes to her side, sits down, and reopens the empty refrigerator, his voice gentle and warm. The milk is all gone, sweetie. Let's go buy some, okay?
Chào bà tí nha, bà xin lỗi nha. Bà lấy tiền ha. Ủa? Cái ví bắt đâu nhỉ?
With that, Dad gently lifts her into his arms, comforting her.
Nhé, để bà kiếm con nhé, được không? Đi. Xin lỗi nha, đi ngồi chờ bà tí nha.
Dad places his daughter on a soft yellow beanbag chair
Ngoan ha.
and goes into the bedroom to find his wallet. He searches through the wardrobe, looks in every drawer, but the wallet is nowhere to be found. A hint of confusion crosses Dad's face. While waiting, the little girl seems to understand her dad's problem. With strong determination, she gets off the chair, goes into the room, and climbs onto a small cabinet. There she finds a red piggy bank, her treasure. Without any hesitation, she pushes it off and it shatters on the floor. Money spills out. She picks up a bill and quickly runs to the living room. Proudly handing it to her dad like a savior. Dad takes the money in surprise, initially thinking his daughter had found his lost wallet. He holds her in his arms, his heart melting at her action, lovingly thanking her, without knowing that it was all of her savings. Afterward, Dad carries his daughter, and they both get on their old green motorcycle and head to the supermarket. Joy quickly returns to the little girl's face as she gets to go shopping with her dad. Dad picks out bananas and milk, and his little daughter enthusiastically helps him put the items in the basket.
kéo vào đây hả? Đi nè. Đây, đây. Đi ra. Đây đi.
At the checkout counter, Dad holds his daughter, feeling an unusual warmth and peace.
Đi. Nè. Rồi, đây rồi.
The two return home.
Vô đây. Vô đây đi. Vô ghế ngồi đi. Vô ghế ngồi đi con. Rồi đi ha.
Dad carefully puts the newly bought milk cartons into the now full refrigerator.
Cho đi quả chuối nha. Đây. Đây, ngồi ăn
He
chuối
peels
nha,
a banana and gives it to his daughter, who is sitting obediently at the dining table.
Đúng rồi, cần ăn ha, cũng một miếng nha. Ăn thử cho ngon. Chuối ngon lắm. Ngon ha. Ngồi đây ăn nhé, bắt bếp bà dọn nhé, thấy chưa?
Then, Dad goes downstairs, intending to do the laundry, when he suddenly sees his wallet sitting on top of the washing machine. He freezes. Looking into the bedroom, he sees the broken piggy bank and the scattered coins on the floor.
Sao heo đất lại bể thế này? Tiền này.
Everything suddenly becomes clear. But Dad's heart aches as he realizes his precious daughter sacrificed her treasure just to help him buy milk.
Bác đi ví nè bà. Bác đi ví nè. Cái heo heo bể ly hả? Con đặt heo hả?
He goes back to his daughter, gently holding up the broken piggy bank and the wallet, his eyes filled with a love that seemed to say, I know what you did. Thank you, my girl.
Biết đặt heo lấy tiền cho ba luôn hả? Cảm ơn Ly nhá. Thôi đây ha, ở đây nhá. Tí nó dọn đi nhá, thấy chưa? Ha, để bà dọn đi nhá. Giỏi lắm, ăn đi con. Ly ơi! Ly ơi!
A little later, Dad returns with a new, bigger, and more beautiful piggy bank and places it in front of his daughter.
Đây. Wow. Nè, thấy chưa? Thấy chưa? Heo của Ly đấy. Ha. Tại sao đừng đặt heo nữa nhá, Ly nhá. Ba tiết kiệm cho Ly đấy. Để mua quần áo cho Ly ha. Thấy chưa? Bao. Này này bao. Xem được rồi. Này lấy đi. Cầm đi. Cầm đi con, cầm đi. Cầm đây. Đúng rồi, cầm đi con. Được không? Được có ha. Thôi đi nào. Đi nào. Bà đây bà làm lại cho Ly nhá. Bà làm lại cho Ly nhá. Bà mua cho Ly rồi. Nè bà đi dọn này, dọn này. Đấy, bà đi dọn heo này, thấy không? Đó.
He tenderly shows her how to put her savings into this new home.
Nó vào chân nó đứt chân đấy, nghe chưa? Cẩn thận nghe chưa? Này. Tiền đây cho Ly nhá. Này. tiền lại ha.
And together, they pick up every last coin and put it inside.
Đây, đưa tiền đi cho ba này. Đây. Đúng rồi. Rồi kia nữa con, đây. Kia kìa. Đây. Đây này. Đây, giỏi quá. Đó. Đúng rồi. Ở đây nha. Đúng rồi. Đây bà cho thêm ly nha. Trả lại cái ly này. Nhá. Có tiền thì ví rồi. Này. Trả lại cái ly nhá. Đây ha. Đây ha. Đây ha. Rồi. Này con xem đi. Rồi con ra đây. Ra đây.
Finally, Dad places the new piggy bank back in its old spot. Not just to hold money, but to hold a priceless memory of his little daughter's love.